So February of 2026 is officially concluded. Wasn't too bad of a trading month for me. I traded almost every day in the sim. I had one day of trading in my live account, and that ended up being a pretty good red day for me. And that actually put me below the threshold for my account balance to trade with in that account. So after that day, it was back to the sim again. Um, but either way, I had 18 days trading. I had 3 red days, one of which was that red day in my live account. One of the 3 red days was only a 15-cent red day, so not too bad there. And then the last day of the month, of course, I was 78 cents in the red. Um, so otherwise, pretty good month for me. I averaged an 82-cent worth of profit ratio green day. I hit 53% accuracy on my trades for the entire month. Um, and my average winner throughout the month was 10 cents versus a 7-cent loser with the 53% accuracy. Um, so not too bad for a month. The last couple weeks of February certainly got very cold in the market. Um, Definitely a noticeable change in the way the tickers were moving and the opportunities they were providing. So, the last several trading days of February, if you could find any profit, you were doing a good job. There were several days where the 2 of the last 3 days of February, I took one trade, no trade, and then I had a red day. So there's not a whole lot of opportunity out there towards the end of the month, but I had several very strong days throughout the month. Um, I do remember a couple of days where I took over 100 trades, and I think I've kind of changed my mindset from that scenario. These past couple weeks worth of cold market has really made me look back and wonder why I was trading so much. I remember on the 6th of February here, I made $1.21 worth of profit ratio, but it was on like 255 trades. That's just kind of wild, a little excessive. The first trading day of the month, I went over 100 trades. I see several trading days where I hit probably 150 trades. There's 75 cents or 75 winners and 68 losers there. The next day was very similar. Um, so those trading days, I think, are kind of in my past at this point. I've really reevaluated what my goal is for a day after I had my red day in my live account here. That was what allowed me to realize that when I was trading that day, I could have shut the system down and been green. I think it was like 15 or 20 cents worth of profit ratio, which trading in that account that day I think would have put me down like $4 or $5 worth of actual money based on the fees that I had accrued through trading that day, um, which wouldn't have mattered. That would have kept my account alive, and I would have got to trade again with it. Instead, now I'm still kind of rebounding and waiting to put more money in it. I'm committed back to the sim for a little while before I reallocate funds to it. Because I need to get to the point where I can accept a green day, even if it's very, very small, or a red day being very small, so that I can trade again and trade again. Because I need to gain some consistency in my brain with trading my real money. Um, so, uh, you know, that was a great lesson learned. Unfortunately, out of you know tears, not of joy, but um, that's just how new rules are written in blood most of the time, and that was kind of a new rule for me, written in the red ink from that day. So, um, it's not uh, that I'm still grateful for the month. It was a strong month. It learned me that lesson, and since then I've kind of readjusted my daily goal and my daily outlook on the market. And it's been, even having that different mindset recently with this cold spell that's been going through the market is allowed me to really be thankful for um, small green days. I'm really shooting for like 30 or 40 cents worth of profit ratio in this cold market on a day. And if I can squeeze that out, then I feel like I've really done a good job trading. Um, and I, based on some kind of calculations I've gone through and some spreadsheets I've built, I really think like a 30 or a 35 cent average over the course of a week would allow me to keep my account alive as I grow it without having to ever have to refund it again. And that's kind of my goal. I want to get to where I can grow this account and give myself some leeway. I know it's going to be rough starts, but I need to get it to where I can just survive. I have to survive to thrive, and that's my goal. Going into March, I don't know if the funding will have landed by the time March starts. Well, I know it won't by the time March starts, but I don't know if it will be available even by the end of that first week, which I think is week 10 of the year. So I'm really kind of thinking that I'm not even going to get to trade with my actual account until week 11, which would be the second week of March, and that's fine. That I can't rush myself through this process, but what I have to be able to accept is those small green days or those small red days. Um, just calling them what they are and moving on. Um, and I'm going to have them, so I need to be okay with that and seeing what I can do with like a 30 or a 35 cent green day. If I can do that, somewhat consistently, that's all I have to do. I've told myself I want to hit $1 a day with a profit ratio, and that's a really strong goal. And I think when the market's a little hotter, I don't think I have issues hitting that goal. Um, but I can survive without that goal as well. So that's the refreshing thing there. And so that was a blessing to learn through February. Um, Otherwise, it was just a good month. I only missed one day where I was ill and I did not trade. And then, of course, there was the President's Day holiday that the market was closed. So every other day I traded, and man, I can tell such a big difference when I get to wake up and trade every day versus kind of sporadically trading 2 or 3 times a week with my old work schedule. So this has really been a good thing for me. This is the first month that I fully have to show trading every day like that. Um, I started in January. I think the last 2 weeks of January, um, I was able to do something similar, but I hadn't quite settled in yet. Now I'm really settled in, and especially now as the month ended, through the cold market, waking up every day, not even knowing if I was going to have a proper setup to trade. I still woke up, just like the mailman, there every day, So um, sitting there waiting for proper setups. And because I'm trading every day, I've noticed that I've gotten much more patient with waiting for good setups, which allows better accuracy, which allows for better days. So that's, you know, uh, sometimes easier said than done, being patient, not getting into scenarios I shouldn't. I have good days and bad days with that. But either way, February 2026 was a pretty solid month for me. Almost all of it was spent in the sim, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have nothing but time to learn this trade, and getting to do it every day is really been a blessing for me this month, and I kind of feel like my numbers here show that I have pretty strong um, foundation here set up, and I know I can tweak a few things and really nail down a couple different little rules and lessons, and I think that I can compare this month to March coming up, and I think March will probably look a little cleaner, hopefully, as far as the tightness on my accuracy and stuff goes, and probably far less volume worth of trades as well. Um, I'm sitting at it looks like about 1,100 trades for February on 18 trading days. So that's a little thick, especially now this colder market's going through. It seems like 5 or 10 trades, 15 trades maybe in the cold market is a long, that'll make for a long day. So that'll be another interesting little thing to compare. But I'm excited with how February turned out. My new schedule has really been a blessing for my trading here, and I look forward to seeing how I can do in March. All right.